Good afternoon, good evening, my wonderful people. This is PMN. My name is Peris Mueni, and the topic of today is why PMN. So let's dive right into it. So PMN is a very beautiful thing. So P in the Peris Mueni channel stands for two things. One, P carries my father's legacy. Just a short story. So growing up without my dad, I have had a lot of things that my dad wanted to do. And so in my head, I'm like, his legacy should not just die. His name should not just vanish just because he's not here to fulfill whatever he wanted. Because, life cut, his dreams short. But anyway, that is not the problem. We are grateful for the life we lived, right? So PMN is Peris Mueni Networks, with the P standing for Paul, who is my father. Let me give you a short story. In the book of Numbers chapter 27, we learn about the Zelophehad daughters. And I love those ladies. I love verse 4 rather. So these ladies decided to go because, in that time in Israel, lands were not being allocated to women generally. Like if you're a woman, you were never given inheritance. And then these ladies wanted an inheritance because their father had died. So they went to Moses and asked him, should our father's name disappear from his clan just because he does not have sons? Because lands were not being given to women, where, like a family was known to be a family because of a son, like a male figure, right? So Moses went and asked God, and God allowed it to happen and said, let the Zelophehad daughters be given the inheritance. You see the beautiful thing. So that means their father's name did not just vanish, because they later on married from their tribe and the clan continued, right? So that means their father's name did not die. It didn't vanish. So that is why the P in PMN Networks stands for Paul, and again stands for Peris, right? I once had a story of one prominent lady that I love. She's a very beautiful woman of God, and she was explaining that when she got born, like when her mother gave birth to her, the entire community gathered to to cry, to weep, because now it's a girl who has been born. And the father had another girl, so they were expecting the mother would give birth to a daughter. It's that time there were no scans, so you just give birth and people wait for what you carry. And so that thing stuck into her head, because even growing up, her father invested in her. Her father would literally teach her how to write, how to do homework until he died. You see? So this lady, when she grew up, even when she got married, she made sure that her father's name was still in her legacy. So she carries her name, then her father's name, then her husband's name. Unfortunately, the father might not be there to see the beauty of what his daughter has achieved. But the beautiful thing, that name didn't die. So the same way, Paul cannot die. Now, having said about Paul, about Peris, and the networks, now PMN, because you will hear us mention about it. So let's dissect. What really does PMN stand for? So you see, PMN is not just local. It's not just a small thing. Like, it's not just any other channel that we will just talk about the small normal things. PMN is a global idea, a global seed, right? So PMN is going to address a lot of things, starting with politics, starting with governments, and the most important thing, parenting, and addressing the single motherhood. Because if you are updated, you will know that single motherhood is a crisis as it stands now, not just in Kenya, not just in Africa, like literally globally, right? So this is addressing every aspect of parenting. But there are still conspiracies, there are still theories out there So it's not just talking about Peris, it's not just talking about motherhood, it's carrying a global view. And I'm telling you guys, you can't wait. You can't wait to see who will be coming to the channel, what we will be discussing, the things that we will dissect, and the things that are not being spoken of, by the way, in our society. Because we have things that are really critical, but there's no one talking about them. So it's a beautiful, beautiful channel. And I want you to join us and walk the journey with us as we continue to grow. The beginning might be small right now, but let me tell you, the idea behind it and the vision that it carries is global. So PMN is an amazing, amazing project. So let's journey together as we deep dive into the things that the society is not addressing, the government is not talking about. It's just a beautiful channel, right? And it's a legacy again. Because you remember, when you're in this earth, one day you will vanish. You cannot live forever. I mean, there were people before us. There were King Moses before us until we came, right? So what legacy are we leaving behind? Because remember, legacy is not built in a day. And legacy is not just a name, like a thing. It's more of what do we leave in people? What will we be remembered for? Like, what will PMN achieve? You understand? Like that one video that will change a life at a time. That is legacy. So my good people, I am telling you, you're not ready to see what PMN carries. You're not even ready to see what discussions we will hold. So join us as we begin this journey, and as we continue exploring and speaking about the elephant in the room that is not being addressed. Are you a mom? Are you a single parent? Or even a single father? Because I mean, it cuts across. Join us. Let's walk this journey together. Tell your story, support us, and let's grow together. Let's leave this legacy behind. It's good. Let this bring an awakening in you to understand that your name is more than just a name. There's a legacy to live. There's a beautiful story to be had. So what's your story? Join us as we explore and as we grow and as we do mighty, mighty things. So thank you for following us up to this far. I just remembered something. Speaking of legacy, when God was creating the entire universe, he had a very great mindset. Like, he was never myopic. He spoke about nations. He spoke about generations. You see? So it's beautiful also for us to leave a legacy for generations to come, and even for our children that we have today, or the children that we aspire to have. Our sons will look at us and say, that's my mom, that's my dad. Like, they will be so proud of what you have done as a parent for their sake. Like, they'll look at it and they'll be so happy. And our kids don't have to start like how we started. They can continue from where we left, which is beautiful. You see, if Abraham had not built a certain foundation, then Isaac would have started back, from the gods that Abraham was worshiping. Understand? So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to start building a legacy that our children will be so proud to be called by our names. Can you imagine? Most of us have never met Nelson Mandela, like one-on-one. We have never met him, and we will never meet him, maybe in heaven or something else, but we have never met him. But his legacy speaks volumes till today. You might not know his grandchild by seeing him walking around, but the moment he mentions Nelson Mandela, something rings a bell in your head. Won't you want that for your child? Like for your daughter to say my dad, or for your son to say my dad or my mom. You understand what I'm saying? Because PMN is not just small. It's not just myopic. It's speaking to nations and generations. It's futuristic, right? And it's not just addressing the normal things. Starting with our country, we are addressing the issues that are affecting our nation. And you know, we have a very beautiful country, Kenya, peaceful, with smart brains, with the best, travel locations and everything. You name it, Kenya has it for you. Like, people literally say Kenya is the capital city of Africa. And we are proud of it. I mean, we take it because it's a beautiful nation. So PMN is addressing our nation, East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, every other aspect of the globe. PMN is addressing everything. So, talking about legacy, it's good to note that legacy is not just about now. It's important because every small thing we do, we are building a legacy for tomorrow, right? But it's futuristic. Like, the generations that will come after us will inherit what we have done. And it's beautiful when we start now. As a parent, start it. Whatever it is that you will do that will build another legacy for your child, for your son, for your daughter, do it. And let's also work together as parents, even as we address the issues facing our today's generation. If you notice, by the way, the generation that we have today, well, Gen Z, but from Gen Alpha and the generations to come, we are raising a generation that has not seen life without technology. Can you imagine? Like, they don't know life without iPad, without smartphones. They have not seen it, right? So it's good that we start addressing these issues about parenting. And as we grow together and we grow globally, please walk with us. Keep supporting us, keep subscribing, keep pushing our information out there so that we don't just enjoy the information, just us. Tell someone else also to enjoy, because this is a legacy that we are building. PMN is not just a network. It's a network that, it's not just a network that is just country based. It's a network that carries great mandate. And I'm so happy that I get to do this with you every day. I'm so happy that we get to work together. I'm so happy that we get to fulfill it together. We get to unlearn together. We get to relearn together. We get to refocus and shift our mindsets together. So let me tell you, we have a very huge list of people who we will be hosting, both in our amazing country and even outside our country. So let's work together as we address the issues. These are beautiful conversations that need to be had, that need to be said, right? So remember, legacy is not just leaving a name. It's more of what are we planting for the generations that will come behind us to reap. So let's join PMN and work together as we make this beautiful journey together. And remember, by the way, we had said initially that part 2 is coming and we didn't bring it, but we thought, my team and I thought, it would be beautiful for us to at least explain to you why PMN, what is PMN, and what are you getting yourselves into. Forgive me, don't think it's criminal to say getting yourselves into, but it's good to understand, what are you joining? What community are you talking about? What is it? What is this PMN? Who is this girl? What are these people talking about, right? It's good to know. So part 2 is coming very soon. This is a sure promise, by the way. It's cooking. Just relax. Before you know it, it will be there. So we are cooking it. My team and I are working on it. And thank you for following us this far. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all that you've done. Wait for part 2. It's coming very soon. So let's join PMN as we grow together and change a life one life at a time. Thank you.